Only in silence the word, only in dark the light, only in dying life. Speak to us, God, your life-giving word.
Welcome, I'm Mother Sylvia at St. Mark's, and I'm here with Miss Kim, who is going to share with us another Bible story. So get comfortable, take some deep breaths, sing along, or just listen to the song, and get ready to share a Bible story.
Only in silence the word, only in dark the light, only in dying life. Speak to us, God, your life-giving word. Only in silence the word, only in dark the light, only in dying life. Speak to us, God, your life-giving word.
Miss Kim, will you tell us this story?
God calls Abram. Sowing and reaping, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night did not cease. God kept the promise made to Noah. And it came to pass many years later that a child named Abram was born and grew up with his family all around him in a place called Haran. One day, God called to Abram and said, "Leave your country, your family, and your parents' house for a land that I will show you." Abram had lived his whole life in Haran. He knew the people there and they knew him. He must have been comfortable in a town so familiar and so dear. Who was this God who could ask Abram to leave his home behind? How could God ask Abram to travel to a land he had never even heard of before? Abram must have been frightened and confused. But Abraham listened, and God said more. God said, "I will make your children and your children's children grow to a multitude. I will bless you and make your very name a blessing. All the tribes of the earth shall bless themselves by you." Abram was probably hoping for directions or an address or a description of the land God promised him. Maybe he wondered how he would earn a living in this land. We can only imagine the questions Abram's wife Sarah had for her husband. But Abram and Sarah trusted God. Though they were old and settled in their home, they trusted God. Though they had only God's word to follow, they trusted and went out as God directed them. Abram and Sarah and their nephew Lot and all their household left Haran, and they set off for the land of Canaan. They arrived in Canaan, a long journey south and west of Haran, and settled there. When Abram was 99 years old, God spoke to him again. God promised children and children's children to Abram, and God gave him a new name, Abraham. The name Abram means exalted ancestor, but the name Abraham means ancestor of a multitude.
Thank you. The name Abram means exalted ancestor, but the name Abraham means ancestor of a multitude. I wonder if you know what your name means. And I wonder if God was going to give you a new name that was about God's promise for you or God's work for you in the world, what that new name would be. Take a little time to talk about names with your family. And the next time you're at church, find me or Miss Kim, and let's talk about names